My name is Father Jonathan Slavinskas, and I have been the pastor here at St. Bernard's Church of Our Lady of Providence Parish since 2017. Lincoln Street, over the years, the face of Lincoln Street has certainly changed, and it is easy for darkness to creep in. At the parish, we host AA meetings 7 days a week. We have Narcotics Anonymous meet 7 times a week as well. And there are a lot of people who live in sobriety houses in the area, halfway houses perhaps there, who have struggled greatly with addictions. Within the neighborhood streets, there are a lot of different gang members that interact with each other in very negative ways. There's a lot of drugs being thrown back and forth to people, and it's, you could stand on Lincoln Street and get a secondhand high, I mean, that's the reality at times there. And so it's easy for people to feel suppressed by the darkness. It's easy for the youth to succumb to the darkness there. And the goal that I have is making sure the darkness is simply destroyed. And how do you destroy darkness? Make the light known more and more. And so we started simply lighting up Lincoln Street in small ways. Small acts of kindness bring about the light. The Bagel Inn in Holden, they donate 5 dozen bagels every Thursday morning to us. Every Friday morning, we get Dunkin' Donuts for the neighborhood kids who wait for the bus stop outside the church. We give them donuts, and we just simply feed them. And we do it right outside, set up the table, and when people drive by back and forth, they see a good thing happening, and people want to get involved. There's a lot of medical offices around here, and we've gotten calls from people who work in the different offices. We see what you're doing, it's good stuff, how can we help? It becomes contagious. Good begets good. We have a very diverse population. And when I talk about my parishioners, I'm not talking about the people sitting within the pews. I'm talking about absolutely every human being that lives within the parish territory. Again, I don't care what race you are, I don't care what religion you are, whether you're a believer or non-believer, and what orientation you are. If you live within the parish boundaries of Our Lady of Providence Parish, I consider you to be a parishioner, and I look to see the way in which we can assist you. And one beautiful gift that we have within our parish is our gym. We have the gym, we have our community center here, and so I try to open that gym up for the neighborhood kids time and time again, and I don't like to keep it locked on them. It allows me to just simply meet with them one-on-one where they're at. I can be in the gym, I can talk to them, say, hey, what's your name? What's going on in your life today? I'm Father Jonathan. Not, hey, are you Catholic? Are you getting to Mass? I don't put the stipulation, if you're going to go into my gym, you have to get to Mass. You can't force anyone into a relationship with Jesus Christ, but you can be Jesus Christ to those individuals in their time of need. And then within the life of the parish, we have parishioners who have been here for 50, 60 years, over 60 years, who are still very much active in different roles. And they've been in the parish when all the pews were filled. They've seen the decline over years at times, and they really are excited to see the window being opened, perhaps maybe in a new way, allowing fresh air to come in, and a new movement to occur. And with that, then, you have younger families coming in as well, people who have not engaged in the life of the Christ, now coming to church and not just simply sitting in the pew, but saying, okay, how can we get involved? And so we start to build the community. And so it's great to have the old-timer parishioners, I say, now with the new parishioners coming together. And we have a very vibrant Hispanic community as well, which assists in building up and promoting the gospel message of Christ. At the Easter Vigil Mass, we had a variety of individuals receive their sacraments. 16 altogether, I believe, received sacraments at the Easter Vigil this year. And the Easter Vigil is like the Mass of all Masses. For those who aren't Catholic, it is the big one. It is the Super Bowl. It is the Mass in which individuals enter into the life of Jesus Christ who have not yet experienced Christ. It is after a time of reflection, after a time of simply coming to know Christ intellectually and growing spiritually with Christ, they publicly say yes to Jesus. And they enter into the life of Christ through the sacraments, through baptism, confirmation, the Eucharist. And so we had a variety of individuals, different ages, enter into the life of the church this Easter Vigil. And particularly we had this one kid, Ricky. He's a sophomore at St. Peter Marian, rather a junior at St. Peter Marian this year. And on his own, he started thinking about Christ and thinking about the church. He comes from a background, a very Pentecostal background in his family, and he had this intellectual desire to learn more about Jesus and what is Jesus all about. And from that, he began to build a new relationship with Christ. The foundation beginning within the Pentecostal roots, but that taking him deeper into the truth of Jesus and his church, which brought him to the Catholic Church. And he had such a joy of entering into the waters of baptism that day and being baptized in the life of Christ here in the church. People come to know Jesus through us. We have an opportunity to be Jesus to people, and it is through our hands, through our hearts, through our lips, that people see Jesus Christ. And how are we doing at being Jesus? How are we doing? And so the goal is to be Jesus to absolutely everyone. And the more we are Jesus to people, the more the darkness is absolutely destroyed and the light of Christ prevails. The gospel, the good news message, that is his love, wins over, because that's what people need. There's enough darkness and junk within this world. They don't need any more of that. And I try to remind the teens all the time, some of the older teens that I work with. It's a quote from St. John Paul II. The first time St. John Paul II went back to Poland after he became Pope, communist Poland, he said to the people there, "You are not who they say you are. Let me remind you who you are." Society is giving one message to all the teens on Lincoln Street within this parish, and it's very negative and dark at times. It's easy for them to fall at times. And I remind them constantly, you are not who they say you are. Let me remind you who you are. First and foremost, you're a human being created by God, a God who loves you no matter what sin, no matter what, God loves you. And he also has a great expectation of you, that you grow into the holy men and women that he calls you to be. He has an expectation that you use the gifts and talents that he has bestowed upon you, not simply to better yourself, but to better the lives of the people around you. And again, that is how darkness is destroyed, when we use the gifts and talents that God has given us to destroy the darkness, to make the lives of other people better,